Welcome back to another Story Tim, where I tell my favorite stories from my 50 years here on the planet. This is another news story. There was a big trial going on in Savannah in those days about this mother and daughter who had conspired to get a guy to kill the daughter's husband. So I've been covering this trial and you know, had heard the stories and stuff like this. They're pretty shocking stuff, you know, really. And so I remember you would get the video of the mother and the daughter coming out, you know, and her brothers and stuff. And you know, they didn't like what, you know, of course, none of the guys really want the news there. Not really. You know, nobody wants to be famous in that kind of way. And brothers were kind of angry with me, and I can remember they got on the elevator, were going down, and you know, the other news guys are like, well, I guess we'll just wait for the elevator. And I'm like, screw that, you know. So I went down the stairs and ran down the stairs to capture them when they got up. Well, I guess that was the last straw, you know, when I'm waiting for them to come out of the thing. And the brothers got really super upset with me, and were like, man, we're gonna get you this. You know, now, I don't know if you watched the story, Tim, where I talk about the KKK guys that were threatening to beat me up. That was about 3 days before this. And then I had these two brothers that are like, we're going to take you outside and we're going to give you some of this, so you better leave us alone. My sister and my mama, they got nothing to do. I was a bum, and we're going to get you, and you better stay out of here. And I'm like, dang, man, I'm just trying to do my job, man. You know, just trying to shoot some, you know, some video here, try to put food on my table. Yeah, we don't care about your table. We don't care about your family. Well, we can tell you that if you get this, we're going to take you outside this thing. We're going to beat you up. Well, after I'd had that threatening deal, and with the KKK threatening to beat me up, that's when I got really seriously into martial arts and started learning karate, because I said, you know, here I am. It seems like the recurring theme is Tim is by himself, and it's hard to protect yourself when you're holding on to camera and stuff like this. So, you know, after that, that's how I started learning self-defense. And I think it's a good idea that everybody should learn a little self-defense. And so I'm going to tell you some Mr. Tim's tips for you as far as self-defense in case somebody wants to beat you up. Now, you would think that if somebody's coming to threaten you, to hurt you, or to beat you up, that what you would always try to do would be they always think you should try to hit them right in the balls. You know, that's the first thing you do, right? Or to try to hit them in the face. But the first thing you do is to make sure that whatever they're asking you to do it. You know, don't try to resist. But if it looks like violence is going to happen and you're going to get beat up or whatever like this, there's two things you want to remember. One is you need to change the way that you're seeing the situation. For instance, if somebody was trying to beat up your daughter or your son, or were trying to hurt your mother, can you see how suddenly you go into a different mindset? Where now it's not like, you know, it's self-preservation, but you are trying to preserve. It's almost like a mama bear mentality, where suddenly, you know, you change the thing of where you're the prey to where you're protecting something that you love. That's the first step. You need to change your mindset about what is happening. And the second thing is this. Most people, again, when they think about that, they think about trying to punch them in the balls, but that's really not the most effective thing. One of the weakest parts of the human body is the knee. So what you really want to try to do is to kick the knee towards the side as hard as you can. The knee and the shin bone has an incredible amount of, first, the stability. If you kick somebody really hard in the knee, they're usually going to go down. They're definitely not going to be chasing you because they're going to be hobbling. And then because of the enormous amounts of nerve endings there on the shin bone, you know, if you kick somebody really hard in the knee and down on the shin, the pain is so excruciating that will normally give you enough time to just run like a rabbit out of there. But again, if anybody's threatening you with a weapon or something like that, it's always best just to give them the money, man. There's no amount of money is worth you getting hurt. But again, if you do have somebody that looks like they're threatening, going to beat you up, go for the knee, hit them in the shin bone, and adopt a mentality of protecting someone that you love, and you'll come out okay. And that's another Story Tim.